Do you have moments when you cry and laugh at the same time? I remember the early days of my faith walk and having the privilege of a personal meeting with the First Lady and her relating how she was going through some emotional female stuff and how it was consuming her. And she found herself submitting to the effects of moodiness, tiredness, and just not wanting to be bothered. And she said that her husband, who was a pastor, related to her to not allow it to consume or overwhelm her because God knew where she was and who she was, and that relying on God to help her fight that to get stability in that situation would prove to be beneficial for her. Because I take things literally, and we should when it relates to God loving us and caring for us, right? I started applying this sentiment to all the areas of my life and speaking that if God does not do it, then it can't be done. And this has served me well on my journey of faith and finding and knowing myself. I mean, that was, you know, a phenomenal realization back then, and it was also, an early my walk had just really began. And so taking things literally for me proves to be a benefit, even if, somebody might say, well, no, we didn't really mean that literally. You know what I'm saying? So having heard her say this was just something that I needed to hear, and God knew I needed to hear it. So it would prove beneficial for me on down the line, right? But there are times when laying the situation or the person at the foot of the cross is a challenge, right? Because I take it, leave it, and pick it up again. And when I realize I've taken it back up again, it becomes this ferocious cycle. But one you can learn can be a part of faith, your faith walk, right? And you just keep doing what is necessary until it becomes second nature. That laying it at the foot of the cross thing is what I'm talking about, and allowing God to handle it, because that's a big struggle for me. Because like I said, I'm constantly, laying it down, taking it back up, laying it down again. But I hope that what I'm going, this message will help you understand that, we're just human here. God understands that we're human. God doesn't allow what we think as humans to stop his love for us. He is constantly walking with you. He is constantly, knowing where you are. He knew that you would be where you are before you got there. That doesn't stop his love for you. And thank God. So, hey guys, this is PM Mathis, your global indie author distributor. And today I want to talk to you about the 3 elements of sadness, aka emotions. There are 12 according to the Google search that I put in, right? I will take you on a journey of 3 as they relate to me. That is awe, joy, and interest, okay? So we're going to talk about awe first, okay? It's that, you're struck by something. Something just like, oh my God, I can't believe that. You're just awestruck. You can be awestruck by the love that you have for your child, or the beauty of a sunset, or just the kindness of a friend, right? But you know what? Even in that being awestruck, how closely is that related to sadness for you? It may not be for you, but I know for me, because, in those high moments, I'm like high, but then all of a sudden I realize that those things can go away. And so there's a level of sadness, though I'm up here and I I trust in the process. I trust in, being awestruck and all the joys that go with it. But then right on the heels of that is this huge amount of, oh my gosh, I can't let myself get so intertwined with this overwhelming joy and peace. And I know it's crazy. It's just what I was talking about, though, laying it down, picking it up. And I know that in life that we all do that a time or two. And so I guess I would also say, don't let it be, because they both go so hand in hand, don't let life slip by and not enjoy, not live, not savor those things that are important. Keep your heart encouraged. Keep your mind inspired to do great and glorious things. You have a purpose. God has a plan for you. And I hope that, in any of my messages that comes through, that He has a hope, a purpose, and a plan for you. How you can be loved and then the sadness rush in, because you recognize the loss. I mean, I truly believe that I am loved and I love to give love, but it is also right behind it for me, that battle with the loss of it. I hate goodbyes with a passion. So sometimes for me, it's just easier not to entertain, not to get involved, not to participate in friendships or in love, or what I'm saying, because the sadness, the just being fearful sometimes that it's going to go away is just too much. Okay. Have you ever realized how goodbyes can just kind of leave you breathless? Anybody with me? Or is that just me? Okay. But they can, I just try to avoid them like the plague. I just want to be a place of peace and comfort and joy. But in that, to that vein though, sometimes I'm just unable to step across. So if that is you as well, understand that you're not alone, but that we can do those things that put us in a state of, I'm not going to say fear, I'm just going to say kind of like a shock kind of thing. We can step over those. We can look over the wall. We can get over the wall if we choose to, right? And, building, community, getting involved in things and people and situations that will encourage you and help you and motivate and inspire you to get to the next level, which I have such a group, and it is called, I call it SMU, Single Mom Unpublished. It's a private Facebook group, not secret, on Facebook, and that's what I offer for you to be seen, heard, and understood, because I think that that is an extremely important thing, and as we walk through these, unpredictable feelings and emotions, to have somebody tell you, no, you're not the only one, sometimes will go a long way, right? Okay, so then the next one is joy. Joy is the place you find in the Lord, right? And it's all the things that lead up to you finding joy. The joy is the life experiences that are a part of your journey. Joy is the spoken word or not. Sometimes it's just in a touch. Sometimes it's just in, a look. It's not always spoken, You don't always have to be audible. You don't always have to add your voice. You don't always have to, try to prove, something. You just don't. Sometimes just sit in the joy of a thing. Sit in the peace of it. You know what I'm saying? Just feel the contentment, and don't worry about whether it's going to go away in the next seconds. Okay? Joy is a decision made and the outcome. You choose to have joy today. It's your absolute right, and it's your choice. So what are you going to choose today? Okay? And then interest is the final one. You find you are interested in how sadness can create a platform. Sadness has created this platform for me. And my sadness has always been my dad not being a part of my journey, part of my life. I don't understand that daddy-daughter relationship. I just don't, because it was never provided for me. And that is a huge loss that will be a part of my existence, because my dad passed away in 2019, and I didn't have the opportunity to have that conversation with him, right? But the awesome thing was that God had gotten me to a place, even though that we were unable to build the relationship I thought that I needed in my mind. He was able to give me what the word says. I was to honor my father, right? And if he had needed me, I would have been there, right? So that has created a platform for me to want to serve others. Your interests become making the connections of the past pain and how it can cause you future healing. Because what I've walked through in the past, I understand a lot of that wasn't for me. Because God understands that it wasn't going to kill me, it wasn't going to floor me. He allowed me to walk through some things so I could speak to others, to help them move along who get stuck. Now, I'm not saying that a time or two and in different places and different seasons I didn't get stuck, but God also knew that I would push past, okay? And that's why I'm on the other side to help. Now, there are still some things that your girl has to, work through, but generally, the big picture is that I am here to serve. I am here to be the vessel that God can use to have the purpose. There's a plan and there's a platform that other people need so they can tell their story, so they can have a voice, and that they can understand that their voice does really matter. And I do have a podcast called Your Voice Matters. So check it out, because you will be encouraged. Because I really try to create some content that encourages and it inspires and it motivates you to look at your thoughts, to check your heart, right? And to keep this thing moving. Because we all may not have had the start that we wanted, but our finish can be awesome. It can be great, okay? Now, you're finding yourself interesting, and coming into, you're even finding your own self interesting, right? And it's creating a design for you. It's creating, like I said, a platform, right? And it's making up something that will influence, that will impress, that will serve, as your playbook. What are those things that you could do that even if you never got paid for, that you could do those things? Like writing and speaking are those things for me. And that's why I show up on video. Okay? That's why I'm here to serve. That's why, God has said to me, this is what I need you to do. Because I have a comfort level in doing this, because I was born to do it. Right? So, there is an oil called Hope. I actually remembered to get my bottle of oil. Right? And so, in Galatians 5:22, it talks about, joy, peace, and love, right? So let me just read it real quick. So this is Galatians 5:22, and it reads, "But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness," right? And it continues on the 23. But there's an oil called Hope that can help you along your journey as you journey towards joy. As you journey towards that being awestruck. And as it serves to create your interest and what you can give back to the world, right? Now, joy is the fruit of the Spirit, like I just read. And how fitting that there is an oil called, like I said, Hope, that will increase your joy and it will magnify your awe. Now, is your interest piqued? Because I know that you're probably saying, oh my gosh, Pam, how can I get a bottle of Hope, right? Now, Hope also combats sadness. And that is why this little bottle of joy is suited for reconnecting with your feelings of strength and grounding and restoring hope for tomorrow. because those things are absolutely necessary and needed in order for you to create the platform to be the influence that God knows that you can be, right? It helps with bringing your mental lowness up. That is what hope will do for you, okay? Now, I have created, like I told you, a place where you can be seen, heard, and understood, and that is called Single Moms Unpublished. It's a private group, but not a secret, and that can be found on Facebook. And I want you to get in there, jump along, and join. I throw some awesome content in there to keep you encouraged and motivated and inspired, okay? Now, if you want to get some hope in your hands, send me an email at pmathis@pewpartners.com with the subject line hope, and I will tell you how you can get your hands on a little bottle of hope, okay? Now, I want you to remember this, that I love you and I live to serve you. And as always, 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 I want you to what? Be blessed. Okay, guys, I'll talk to you later. Bye. Hey guys, I've got a surprise for you. I got a present. I got a promo. But you've got to stay to the end in order to find out what that surprise, that gift, that promo, that present is. Okay, I'll see you at the end. Bye. You can never unplug as a mother, and definitely not as a single mother. Hey guys, this is PM Mathis, and this is Happy Mother Day Grace. I hope that you are having a great and wonderful day, okay? I am just going to share a little bit with you, coming from my kitchen to let you know, hey, I'm just like you as it relates to living this mom thing or single mom thing, whichever place that you find yourself. So let me just give you a little bit of a piece of who I am and why I do what I do. I have successfully raised my daughter as a single parent despite 2 divorces. That should have guaranteed me a family structure that the American dream is built on. At least one, right? I say this because neither husband was invested beyond his own need. But me, I was invested in the well-being of my daughter, who did not ask to be, but deserved to be seen by at least one of her parents. So because of the importance of raising the consciousness of the mother who's raising a daughter without the benefit of a father, hers or her daughter's, I have found my purpose to serve as a voice of encouragement and the act of inspiration to hear and to see yourself as a placeholder for your child's heart, her character, and self-worth demonstrated. So that is why I have this offer. And here's what my offer is. I want to give God's grace to 5 mothers raising daughters. 5 mothers who are raising daughters, my book, Ordinary Princess. The winner will be announced on Mother's Day, Sunday, May the 9th at 3 p.m. on Facebook. What I need you to do is submit your entry to Mathis, that's Pmathis, at pewpartners.com with the subject line Grace. And in the body of the email, I'm asking you to put your name and your daughter's name, and or a mother and her daughter who you may know. And this will also allow me to stay in touch with you, right? Because I want to do my part as a single mother who is and has worked through the hard and rewarding work of raising a daughter without the benefit of my father or hers. So guys, what I'm also asking you to remember is to connect with your girl on social media. Of course, you will see me on Facebook, so you know I'm out there, on Instagram and on YouTube. Every place that you go, you can find me under Pamela P.M. Mathis, right? And I also have a blog, and it's called Daddy Issues 101. I have a podcast, Your Voice Matters. And I have 5 ebooks that you can get on Amazon Kindle, and 3 books you already know. Ordinary Princess, of course. Daddy, You Can Hold My Hand In, and You Are God's Love Story. So guys, connect with your girl. I want to be a blessing this Mother's Day. So as always, I want you to remember this. I love you and I live to serve you. And as always, 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 I want you to what? Be blessed. Okay, guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Hey guys, it's PM Mathis. And today I wanted to talk to you about my book, Ordinary Princess. Now, Ordinary Princess is for anyone who has ever felt invisible, undervalued, or taken for granted. Yet you find yourself never able to give up, and you refuse to find yourself defeated. Yet and still, you need to be encouraged to keep going by someone who understands what it takes to find motivation in the mundane as you push through towards your purpose. My book, Ordinary Princess, is a show and tell piece of how to live a life when you have a need to see what you seek played out in live action fashion, where you can get the full picture of how to apply the life skills necessary to master this thing called mastermind class that is all the rage now. Because you must believe in your own flavor of Kool-Aid to do this ordinary princess thing as a lifestyle. So get your copy of my version of Mastermind Class. It's called Ordinary Princess, by the way. Now you can find Ordinary Princess at www.lulu.com, that's Lulu, /spotlight /P Cohen, that's PCOHEN, also on Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, and Amazon. Thank you.